right. If everything goes according to plan, we are streaming live again once from the magic of Zoom into your Facebook. It's Johnny and the Greg. Greg, what's up, buddy?
Season's greetings, everybody.
Yes, it has begun.
Yeah.
Because it's season's greetings and it's supposed to be that the most wonderful time of the year. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, that would really help us out. That's a great way to give us a gift.
Indeed.
And because of that, Greg, we got a gift for them. Why don't you tell them about our gift?
We are partnered with audible.com for
Boom.
thousands upon thousands of audiobooks, which you can give as gifts during this special season. So if you want a 1-month free trial of Audible, you can do that on us. Just go to audibletrial.com/JATG, get 1 free month, thousands and thousands of audiobooks, any genre you can think of. Everything from urban fantasy to romance to maybe some Harlequin kind of novels if you're into a little spicy during your Christmas season. And they've got thousands of podcasts that you can get, including this one. And yeah, just go ahead and get that. That's audibletrial.com/JATG.
And to add just a little bit to that, this is that time of year, guys, when maybe you're a little sick and your throat hurts a little bit, but you still got to read that bedtime story. It works on your speaker, on your smart speaker.
That's good.
Pop that bad boy in. It can read a nice little lullaby while you hold your child and gently rock them to sleep.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So, Greg, what we're going to talk about today is something you threw across me this weekend that I thought I've been thinking about it too, but I thought, nah, they can't do that. So guys, what's on the agenda today is we're going to figure out how was Greg's turkey day as well as mine. There is a what if scenario coming up with Spider-Man No Way From Home. And we're going to do a little, our thoughts on Hawkeye, the Disney Plus new series, as well as a throwback to Topic Thunder. So sit tight, relax, no sports, except the Bears won, the Packers won, and I think the Browns are in a tussle.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't even been checking the Browns game at all.
So,
but
yeah,
because
all right, okay, here we go, man.
Okay,
Greg?
Okay, yeah. Let me share this out to the people of Earth, and
what are you talking about?
Well, I want to share the link out so that if someone is,
you're talking about Audible?
No. Our chat link right now. So,
okay. I'm sorry. Yes.
So, why don't you set up what we're going to talk about real quick?
Yeah, I already did. what we're going to do?
No. I know that, but what are we doing first?
We're going to talk about how the turkey day was. I'll go. Okay. I'll go. My turkey day was good, except the next day, our beloved daughter, Gwen, if you ever hear this one day, I love you very much, but you got us sick, so we're a little upset at you. We all have I would say it's a severe cold.
Yeah.
At the house. That's it. No fever, no achy stuff, no stomach stuff.
No other COVID symptoms.
No. It is a wet cough or a dry cough a COVID symptom?
I believe it was the dry cough.
It was the dry cough, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We have a wet cough as well as a runny nose, and our heads are all stuffy. That's about where we're at, but it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks. What you drinking there, bud?
It's my Packers One Bloody. So I've been doing that. I don't know how many of those I'm going to have this year. So
yeah. What, a Packer win?
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Are you fucking nuts? They win all the time.
I don't think they're. I think I know we said no NFL this week, but after today's game, their quarterback and their receiving core are just not quite on the same page.
Really? Okay. I didn't watch a lot of the game. I was watching the 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings.
Yep. I mean, and I mean, the Rams are a legit team, so it's not like it was going to be an easy win anyway. But I think their defense is just saving us left and right. So
yeah. All right. Fair enough. How was your turkey day, sir?
It was good. I deep fried, or I didn't deep fry. I smoked a turkey for the first time. I'm not a big turkey guy. I'm really not. When
it's fair,
like in terms of meats, that's like really low on the list for me.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing like sandwiches and stuff, and people are like, "We have some turkey," and I'm like, "I don't want turkey." But it was supposed to just be a turkey breast, and it turned into a whole turkey. It was a smaller one though. It's like only like 7.5, 8 pounds or something like that.
Right.
So I read up on how to smoke a turkey, and my mom or my parents bought a smoker. I think pretty exclusively for me to go down to their house to use. Now they won't admit to that. They'll be like, "No, we'll use it when you're not here," but probably not a lot. So it's going to be like me, and then I'm sure my brother will use it from time to time as well. But it went well. I mean, we brined it. Mom brined it for about 24 hours before I took it out, and I spiced it, rubbed it down and put it on there. Took about 4-ish hours.
Yeah.
And I also made a ham at the same time. So it was turkey and ham. And both turned out great.
Do you think too many people go with turkey just because it's like synonymous with Thanksgiving?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
I think people like, it's turkey day, we have to have turkey. And I'm like, you don't have to. Like, if someone said, "Hey, we're going to do lasagna," I'd be like, "Ooh, okay." I mean, just to like, I don't know, the traditional Thanksgiving meal to me is just repetitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Marshall says ham all the way. So I totally agree. I am a ham guy.
You guys are ham guys?
I am a ham guy. Yeah.
I'm still a turkey guy. I love all the fixings and all the trimmings, and I love the way it just feels, because it just feels like
when you get your turkey, are you like a turkey leg kind of guy?
No.
Like
I'm pretty much, you know what? I think this year I only helped myself to the like buffet one time. I didn't really go up for seconds or nothing like that. And I didn't even really stuff my plate. Like, I didn't even fill my plate to the brim like I used to.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, but no, to answer your question, no, I'm usually a breast man, when it comes to turkey.
Sure. Big, thick, juicy
and other things.
I can get down with that. Yeah. What about our other 3 people around right now? Are you a leg person? Are you a breast person?
Let me know if you guys are into dark meat.
That's the leg, right? That's where, like, the dark meat.
I don't know where the dark meat comes from.
I think the leg.
Maybe the leg.
I think it is.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know that I've ever done a side by side. Let me try some dark meat, see how that tastes. Let me try some white meat, see how that tastes.
I think I have, and I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I can't.
It's been so long though. I'm not sure if my taste buds have changed. Like, before, I used to hate onions. I'll eat them now. I don't care now, but I used to hate them.
Yeah.
So I wonder if my taste has changed. Hey, by the way, did you ever have one of those when you were a kid and you either went to an uncle's house? Did you always have Thanksgiving at your parents' house? Like, that was always the place?
Well, it would rotate from within my mom's family. We never went to my dad's for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
It was always within my mom's family.
Okay.
One sibling or another would host
it.
Did
any of them cook the organs?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall that?
The giblets? Yeah, I don't. Yeah. I don't recall that.
Yeah. Anybody a giblet man or woman? I'd like to know, because I've had it before and I can't remember if I liked it or not.
Yeah. I was talking with my mom about this, because some things popped up on social media where they give you like 9 squares, and it was one of these has to go, and you got to pick the Thanksgiving food that gets removed.
Okay.
And you went through and you're like, okay. And it seems that a lot of people consider mac and cheese to be a traditional Thanksgiving food. And I don't know where that comes from. Is that like a Southern thing, like a deep South, or
I have no idea.
Northeast, or I don't know where it comes from, because
I don't know either.
Mac and cheese, not a Thanksgiving food.
No. And mac and cheese was kind of like, hey, I'm too tired to cook today. This is what you guys get. It wasn't like something you put on.
And I understand that we're not talking about blue box mac and cheese. This is something that's it's a recipe. Someone's making a cheese sauce, stuff like that. But still, wasn't served at our family Thanksgiving.
Wasn't served at ours either.
My mom is on. She says giblets were cooked and chopped into the stuffing when I was a kid. When Greg was a kid.
Okay.
And his mom, I do not do that. or as his mom.
Oh, yeah, as his mom, she does not.
Yeah, no, she's not done.
She doesn't sprinkle in the giblets into the
which is
stuffing.
probably why I don't remember that at all. And as a kid, I didn't do stuffing. To me, it just looked gross. I mean, as an older person,
I think it's overrated. I think it's overrated. That's my thing. It's overrated.
There was a lot of conversation about the stuffing this year. Evidently, my brother, who does not eat a vegetable like ever.
He's like Ron Swanson.
Yes, very much so. Like he claims that when he goes to Taco Bell and gets just the meat and cheese taco, like if there's even a shred of lettuce in there, I can taste it. I say you're full of shit. But so he's like, no celery in there, and he wanted mushrooms. And so that's what mom made. And so I'm like, well, I don't really like mushrooms and I love celery. Do I get my own stuffing this year? And it got real quiet in the room. So anyway, but yeah, to me, I mean,
were you just making a point to make a point?
Exactly. Yeah, no, I don't give a shit. But like there was more conversation of like, there's no such thing as cranberries in the stuffing or apples in the stuff. I'm like, it's just a different kind of stuffing. You don't got to get angry about it. But
yeah,
there were like feelings about what goes into stuffing.
Do you know? No. That's a really good point. Out of all the dishes in Thanksgiving, even the turkey, stuffing is like that can be like a war.
Yeah.
Yeah. My aunt is absolutely, you could tell, I think her and Ursula made stuffing once. Like we all had like a Thanksgiving. I think it was a while back though, but my aunt, who takes great pride in her stuffing, and she brought it over, and it didn't get touched barely, and Ursula's stuffing got touched, and I could sense this tension.
Oh, like, really?
Yeah, I could sense this tension. I was like, this is stuffing. This is like breadcrumbs. It's like what are we so hung up on
bread
stuffing?
and sage? What are you guys getting upset about?
Yeah, I mean, I could get it if somebody baked a turkey better than the other person. I get it. I get that. But stuffing, out of all the Thanksgiving dinner, out of all the Thanksgiving sides, stuffing is like
but a lot of households, that's way my buddy Mark, like he has his grandmother's stuffing recipe, and he's like the only one that has it. Like he got it. His sister
be at his
his sisters didn't get it. I mean, it's up to him to pass this down through his children in order to keep the stuffing recipe alive.
That's crazy.
And I remember once he was bragging about it. I'm like, oh, can I get that recipe? He's like, no, never. Like, I will let you try some of the stuffing, but you shall never see the card. I mean, just like, and I'm going,
you'll give it to a corporation.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Didn't mean to offend.
Yeah. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. To the 3 or 4 people out there listening to us live, what's your stuffing thing? If you happen to get this later on, that's a good way. You can still
comment anyway. We see it.
Still comment anyway. Yep, we absolutely see it. So
Marshall is on, of course, and he said he never saw mac and cheese either. He saw that post too, and I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
One thing I did bring up, because I have only had them once, and I know I was at a nicer restaurant down in New Orleans when I had it. Collard greens.
I've heard of that. I've heard it's very good.
They are amazing. Like,
yes, and very
you
good.
use bacon fat and little chunks of bacon and and a collard leaf. And I don't know if that's really what it's called, but the leaf that they make it out of is like as big as my face, if not bigger. And you take the core out, you chop it up, and it's like fried in bacon grease, and it is so good.
Okay, I heard of something really unique that I guess is a Southern thing, and I don't know if this is true or not because I heard on the radio. It's bacon fat. And you take bread, dip it in the bacon fat, and eat it. So what offends me about that is the best part of the recipe you're not eating, which is the bacon.
But bacon,
yes, right.
Well, the bacon, like if it's still liquid, that's fucking hot. Like I can't.
I
burn a hole in your throat.
I don't get that.
I don't, honestly, I don't get it either. I mean, just dipping some bread in grease. Although I love like olive oil and balsamic and Parmesan and dip bread in there. I mean, I can get down with that. But
what about some desserts? What'd you do?
Dessert wise, it was pretty much the basics. Although there was, I believe, a homemade apple pie, which I did have a lot of. My niece made that, and that was great. There was, it was either Sam's Club or Costco. I don't know. Pumpkin pie, as big as my midsection. So of course I took a couple pieces out of that. I couldn't bring myself to do the pecan, however you want to say it. Pie. Like,
okay.
I looked at it. It's the stuff. It's the filling. It's whatever it is.
That's how I am about pumpkin pie.
I just look at it and go,
can't do it.
No, I can't do it.
No, I can't do it. It looks like something I've changed on Gwen a few times. Pumpkin pie. I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
I like pumpkin pie for like this part of the year.
Yeah.
Like if it's March, I don't know, you go, would you like a pumpkin pie? I'm gonna go, not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Thanksgiving time, I had 2 pieces of pie. They were thin. So I had some I had essentially 2 slices of pie, pumpkin pie. And then the next day I looked at it and went, I don't want any more. So I might.
So my wife, she made homemade ice cream, homemade whipped cream to go with the homemade pie. And it was really good. Now, this is where my lovely wife wanted to get inventive. And she asked me, hey, do you want me to put some alcohol in the ice cream? I was like, no. No, I was like, no, I don't need that. Okay. You poured it all in there. She poured Bailey's Irish cream, which I guess out of all of the alcohol
that goes well with ice cream.
Yeah, it went well, but I didn't want it. And so there's this whole tub.
It's not about you at that point, isn't it? About
no, she made it for me.
Oh,
like it was our private stash. She made regular stash, stuff, but the private stash, she threw all this alcohol in it, and I kind of don't want it. So it's just like, gonna sit there forever.
What are you doing?
Yeah. So that's another thing I want to throw out to people. I guess I'm the only one that you were all on board of that. I am not. Like, do not alcohol my ice cream. Like,
well, having not tasted it, I think it sounds like it'd be good.
Yeah,
I don't
think so.
I mean, I wouldn't do a lot of it.
It just never sounded good to me. So I was like, no, thanks. Don't do that.
Like if we're out at those very cliche, Red Robin, TGI Fridays, Applebee's kind of places, which we never really go to.
I guess that's a good point. I never thought of that.
In fact, you turned me on to the Blue Moon milkshake. But yeah. So I like when I'm at those kind of places, I do feel a little bit of a hankering for a alcoholic ice cream dessert drink or something.
I never thought of that. You're right. That's a good point. Because I was trying to think, have I ever liked ice cream with alcohol? And I totally forgot about the Blue Moon. So
I thought that was my uncle's wife. So my aunt, they got married a couple of years ago, but hey, she's my aunt now. So it's Aunt Linda. She makes a hot chocolate that is from a lot of scratch. I mean, it's chocolate chips, heavy whipping cream, milk, and then in like a crock pot for like 2 hours, and you stir it all up and get it all mixed together. And then
probably that sounds really good.
Oh, by itself, it's really good.
Yeah.
Then you put about a shot of amaretto in there, and
I'm sure that's pretty tasty going down.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Cool. I hope everybody had as good of a Thanksgiving. It sounds like the Greg and I had.
It was good. It was good.
So Greg,
hold on. Any Black Friday events for you, or did you stay home?
Oh no, I stayed home. We actually bought a television for downstairs because we're getting a new countertop because they took out that whole wooden entertainment system. They took all that out.
Yeah.
And they're building a new one, and we had to have the TV fit that.
Okay.
According to Ursula.
So what are you doing with your old TV that was in there?
That's going up in our bedroom, and our bedroom one's going in Gwen's playroom. So we'll never see Gwen again.
Yep.
We will never see her again.
I held out on that for a long time.
I think I'm going to try. Yeah. I think I'm going to say, like, let me use that for my podcast versus.
Well, yeah, because you're short a monitor, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So none of that. We actually talked about getting a better computer so that I had more processing power so that we could go live on Twitch.
Yeah.
So that's coming down the pipe. So
all right.
Yeah,
cool.
So that'll be fun. So look forward to us soon on Twitch, guys. So yeah.
Neat.
How about you? Black Friday, anything?
Nope. Actually, yes, I take it back. We drove back on Friday, and as most things I didn't like. We drive through Janesville, which is some shopping places. What is my dog doing behind me? Oh, we moved his bed, so he's like bedding down again. So I skipped most of that. I'm like, no, because we had the dog in the car and I didn't want to leave him while we walk around shopping places.
Right.
But I did stop at Menards. For those of you that are not in the Midwest, it's a giant hardware store chain. I bought some LED lights for my garage to brighten that up a little bit. And then I bought a because when I said I held out for a long time about TVs in my kids' rooms, that's passed. So my daughter got a TV, or she's had a TV in her room for a little bit that used to be our living room one. And so we mounted it in her room. So that she's got some more space to work with on her desk again. So, and that was it. $10 mount, a couple $5 lights.
Are you a decorate the outside? Are you that guy?
It comes and goes.
Do you start that on Thanksgiving? You do that during that weekend?
No, because it was cold, and so I discovered the magic of the stargazer star.
Oh, that little thing you stick in the ground and it just
those Christmas lights just sticking there on. I would be up on the roof like hanging lights and stuff like that, and it would freak my wife out too much. She thought I was going to fall and kill myself. So I stopped.
A few moments where you slide up on the roof.
Shit. So I
shit.
stopped doing that, and I went, well, I'll just stick these in the ground, turn them on. And I remembered today, as we were doing a little bit of the inside of the house, that last year I did string up the lights because I figured out how you can actually just kind of clip them inside the siding.
Yes.
So that it's not like another clip. And I totally forgot I did that last year, so I did not do it this year. So it's just the stargazers. I changed the light bulbs on the outside to green, so we get some green lights.
I wasn't about any of that. I loved it as a kid. You remember those old commercials from Coca-Cola, the Santa packs are coming, and those trucks would go roll through a town and the entire town would light up with Christmas lights. I thought if the world did that, that would be fantastic. If every house, every national park, everybody lit up lights, it would be just a fantastic wonderland.
There is a neighborhood, I believe it's in Waukesha. I think it's in Waukesha. I could be wrong.
There's one in Illinois.
It's called Candy Cane Lane, and it is. You guys should come up, and we should head down there. And it is literally this entire street. Every house is done up to the nines. I mean, and not like
there's something so magical about
it's really cool. I mean, and there's a couple. There's a hotel right off of 94 that you can see like this dome of light over it, and it's a drive-through. It's just cool. I mean, the whole setup and
very
but
cool.
Candy Cane Lane I'd like to do because like everybody's a Clark Griswold in that place and just doing it up. And so
I am doing it. I think Wednesday it's gonna be 50 degrees here. So
really? Okay.
I get home probably around 3:30, so I'll just start throwing it up.
One of the best ones I ever saw, I saw it online. Someone did a wood like a plywood cutout and painted it, and it was the Grinch, and he had like his sack, and he's kind of doing this, and it's one string of lights that drop down into his sack like he's stealing the lights.
Okay.
And that's it. I'm like, genius.
Yeah. There's a guy in our neighborhood that does a special theme every year. He's like Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
Oh, nice.
He last year he did Toy Story.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not Toy Story. What's the one with the Red Ryder BB gun? God.
Christmas Story.
Thank you. He had the Christmas Story. He actually had a screen blown up where it played the movie for 24 hours straight. It just kept playing the movie.
Wow.
And then he had each big time scene in that movie throughout he has a corner lot. So he has a lot of space to do this where he would have like the the Santa Claus visit, beating up the bully, sticking your tongue on the
pole,
on the pole, having
pole.
having that pink
bunny,
like
the pink bunny.
the pink bunny. Yeah, he had all that set up. And this year he's doing Elf.
Nice.
So there's the candy cane forest. There's that Narwhal. Is that the
narwhal? The narwhal.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Exactly. He has that. Then he has the New York City thing. I mean, this guy goes all out. It's amazing.
See, that's great. I mean, we had a guy in our neighborhood. He put in the effort. He had it set to music. Like there was an FM transmitter. So like if you got in the cul-de-sac and turned your channel, it matched up. It wasn't crazy, but he was the only one doing that. And I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah.
If I had the time or talent to figure that out, I could see myself doing that. Like
I could see myself doing that for Halloween.
Yeah.
That's
Which
is funny actually, Greg, because I haven't done Halloween since
we did it, probably.
Yeah.
We did that was a good time. That was that's been Lex was a kid, like a toddler. So it's been probably 13 years.
Just so you listeners know, I used to be a diehard scare the hell out of the kids Halloween night. And I had Greg and a bunch of buddies come down and we all dressed up and scared the kids.
That one dude with the clown mask, like stumbling around. He's like carrying
a
one-arm baby doll. And I'm like, we're going to get the cops call on us.
He went a little overboard because he was peeking into people's windows in their houses. He went a little overboard.
And that's what's funny is that the cops did show up.
Yes.
And I was like, John, the cops are here. And then they held up 2 beers. They're like, come on out. We're like, oh, they're being friendly.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes, are you the owner of the house? And I thought, oh no. And he goes, I go, yeah. And he goes, I just want to say that's the coolest shit in the world. I just came over to have a couple of beers with you. I'm like, sweet. Awesome.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. So,
all right.
Anyway, transitioning, Greg sent me a text that it's funny because I actually thought about it 2 or 3 weeks ago when this whole Spider-Man trailer, No Way Home hype has been just going crazy. And Greg said to me, and he makes a good point, we're going to present a little what if. So Greg, go ahead. Give us the what if.
Well, and I've thought about this more too since we've talked about it. And I really think, I think the answer's out there. Like if we wanted to search the internet hard enough and look at foreign trailers and you know all this stuff that people are doing, I think the answer is really out there. It's like the X-Files. The answers are out there.
What's the what if?
So what I had said is that everybody's every interview or passerby or whatever with Andrew Garfield, who's got a new movie out on Netflix. So he's doing a lot of press right now. And Tobey Maguire, who's just happened to kind of be around. They keep asking, are you guys in the new Spider-Man film? Are you in No Way Home? It's the multiverse. The villains from your films are coming into this. So surely your Spider-Man must be coming. And Andrew Garfield, every time he's asked, he's like, no, I'm not. No, I wish I was, but I'm not. Sorry, kind of thing. But nobody believes him for good reason. For good reason, nobody believes him. And
nobody believes him.
So I don't know why this popped into my head, but I'm thinking, what if he's really telling the truth? What if, I mean, because yes, they have to lie. I mean, they sign NDAs. They could get in trouble if they say we're there. But what if we get to the premiere and it's premiering in the UK like a week before here? So we'll know. Oh, yeah, okay, I read that too. That full plot is going to be on the internet, a week before.
I can guarantee you I'm staying away from all of that.
I'm going to try, but we work in social media, so it's kind of like
true. That's true.
So if they are telling the truth and they don't make an appearance, and by make an appearance, I mean their face, their voice, something that they had to go to the set, get in costume and act for a day. Because I don't think it's going to be much of the film. I think it's going to be like this just little piece at the end. What if they're really not in it? And then we've got this entire group of what we know can be toxic fanboys that are going to be so pissed that they're not in the movie, but they said they weren't in the movie.
Right. Yes.
Like, what do you do with that?
Yeah. Okay. I feel I can separate my fanboy from reality. I feel like I do a pretty good job at that. I would feel disappointed if I walked out and there was 0 other Spider-Man in this. I would feel disappointed.
Hold on there.
What?
When you say 0 other Spider-Man, so what if we get Spider-Man Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099, or Miles Morales, or Nicolas Cage, or any of those other ones like the Into the Spider-Verse folks?
I'd be fine with it.
You'd be okay if they showed up. Okay.
Wait, time out.
But no Toby, no Andrew. Like,
okay,
are you okay?
No Toby, no Andrew. I would be disappointed, but I'd have to see the whole movie. If it's just about our Tom Holland, the MCU version of Spider-Man, taking on all these new incredible bad guys, if they do it well to where I'm sitting there and go, wow, what a fantastic movie. I just wish they would have had Toby or Andrew. Then that's a win. But if I'm going, dude, what the frick? Like, they should have had him in there. Like, I think a lot of fanboys are going to be, right? I think that's the only reason people are looking at this movie now is for Andrew.
The other thing is what they can do, because it's a partnership with Sony and Marvel.
Yep.
They can CGI in. Because, I mean, honestly, when you're seeing Spider-Man do amazing things, that's all CGI. There's no dude even doing motion capture on that anymore. It's just full CGI.
Yep. They could have put his voices.
They could literally CGI the characters in, go back to the original films, grab enough dialogue or even just the sounds that voices make and create dialogue.
Yeah.
Where these guys never walked into a studio, never walked on set, never went into a recording booth.
So took their likeness.
So because it's Sony property and Marvel.
I'd be fine with that.
So those are in the movie, but then Toby and Andrew are completely telling the truth when they said, I'm not in the movie, because they never got filmed.
It's interesting. I would be okay. Let me just say this. I gotta see the movie first, right?
Yeah, sure.
But am I going to be? I will be disappointed, but it's not going to ruin my night.
And I think there are some toxic fanboys on there that are going to be irate. If we don't see Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire in new footage that they were on set and they kept it a secret for this long.
Yeah.
It's
not a secret. It's called the worst kept secret in Hollywood.
Well,
it's been called that for a year.
And but what if? I mean,
there's for real. Here's the thing that gives me hope, because I hope it happens. I would love to see it. I don't think it's going to last long. I think that's my biggest. That's where I'm going to come away from this going, man, if there was more screen time with those two, that would have been cool.
I go ahead. Sorry.
I've heard, like, don't look at the trailers as much as look at the toys that are coming out.
Correct.
Yeah, and if that's always the case, nothing of I haven't seen anything except a dog toy. Somebody found it. There's a dog toy out there, and if you look at the back, you see a small sliver of Tobey Maguire's face.
Yeah.
Who knows though? That they could bring back the costumes, and it's not them.
Exactly. I mean, it could be a lot of different Spider-Mans. I'm actually picking up on what you're saying, but I'm kind of piggybacking off it. They could have 2 stuntmen in those Spider-Man suits and just have voiceovers of Andrew and absolutely
Toby. Yeah.
What I was going to say, I had this thought and then it went away.
That's all right.
But the idea, yes, I think that there's going to be raging fandom if those two are not in it, and I don't really think that's right, because
of course not.
But
especially if they've been saying, dude, we're not in it. Don't
like they're gonna get mad at these actors and be like, you weren't even in the movie. They're like, we weren't paid to be in the movie. Why am I gonna go do a movie for free? That makes bad business sense.
Yeah. And so I heard, didn't Sony and Andrew like end badly? Didn't that end badly?
I think it did. If I recall, it wasn't a fun parting because they fired him. I mean, he had he had more on his contract to make, at least one more, because he only made 2.
Yes.
And I believe he was contracted for another one, and they went, yeah, we're just going to buy you out at this lowered rate.
Yeah.
Because now Marvel was blowing up and we want to partner with them, and they're going for Spider-Man in high school and you're 34. So, one of those kind of deals.
Yeah. So let's throw it out to our distinguished audience, our marshals.
The marshals.
What do you guys think? What if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield don't make it? Are you cool if only one of them there is either Tobey or Andrew? And if you had to pick, who would you want? Would you rather have Tobey or Andrew? You let us know. I'm going to piggyback on this Tobey, Andrew, Tom thing. I don't know if we've done this before or not. It feels like we have. Who's your favorite Spider-Man out of those 3?
Honestly, I think it is Tom Holland.
You think
because it's Tom? For me, it is. Yeah. Tobey Maguire, I mean, he did exactly what Sam Raimi told him to do. And he was just a little too goofy at times. Like it was very much a Sam Raimi piece where it was every character was a little over the top. His line delivery was, I don't know. I even when they were new, and I was like, oh, this is great. And Spider-Man 2 was one of my favorite superhero films.
I agree.
Still is. Yeah, not great. I liked Garfield's take on it, a little bit darker. I think a little bit more intelligent. He seemed like he was playing the boy genius a little bit better. But overall, I didn't like the villains in that particular film, or those 2 films.
That's fair.
So that's why I wasn't real crazy about them.
That's fair.
But Tom Holland really hasn't made a wrong turn, I feel, in his takes on him.
I would agree. I'm not a fan of Tobey Maguire stuff. I thought that was the only Spider-Man we were getting, so I was happy with who we got.
Correct.
But when you start getting more and then you can start looking back at it, I didn't like how Tobey was, like you said, clumsy. Like Peter Parker's not clumsy. He's not Clark Kent when he's Peter Parker.
Right.
Right. So he's not playing like clumsy, like that whole scene where all of a sudden he comes out of I think he was trying to deliver pizzas in part 2, and he's messing around with a broomstick for like 6 minutes for comedic relief. And I thought that's not Peter. Like Peter not getting there on time, that's Peter. But
and especially Peter in college, because they skipped Peter in high school. Like Peter got his powers at 18 and then graduated and went to New York to be in college. Peter in college was actually a pretty cool dude. Like
he was. He
like
was
when you go back
at that time, he was.
You go back and read those books, and like he's kind of the cat's pajamas. I mean, and then when they Spider-Man 3, but
everything messed up on Spider-Man.
So missed the mark on that one. Purposefully, because Raimi was just like, fine, I'll make it the way you want me to, and just goof the hell out of it.
Andrew, I agree with you with Andrew. I felt Andrew, in my opinion, was the closest to Spider-Man the comic book. My only problem with Tom Holland, and it's not Tom, it's the way they're writing it. None of his villains it's like he's always constantly dealing with what Tony Stark left behind.
Correct. Yeah.
He always has a mentor. It's either him, Nick Fury, Tony Stark, Nick Fury, or now Doctor Strange. He's never figuring it all out by himself.
Right.
And I thought Andrew did a great job with that, where it's all on him, and he was figuring it out. I also like, if you help me out, has Tom Holland fist fought anybody? I think a lot of dodging and moving around and
using a lot of webs to
I don't think he's ever fought anybody. He caught the Winter Soldier's hand, but he didn't punch back.
Yeah, he's not like full on trying to punch people.
Like, I've never seen him fight. I've seen him move around and dodge. I take that back. He hit Thanos. That's it.
That's a lot. Well, and like those creatures, the legs were just stabby.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Because I just watched No Way Home, because seems like on constant repeat at our house because my daughter's such a fan.
Yeah.
he never really punched Jake Gyllenhaal. Like,
Yeah.
he's never full on punched anybody.
Yeah. I've never seen him get into fisticuffs.
Didn't he kick Captain America? Did he?
I can't remember. Let us know, people. Let us know what you think, because I remember like what I liked about Garfield's role was like he would web shoot a man cover hole, and he'd fight people and dodge them and like goof around and talk to them. And so I prefer Andrew Garfield. I also think his body type matches better as well.
Yep.
Like that's Spider-Man.
And he is getting more fit since he has been in the Marvel. Yeah. And so I think that's going to age up well. One of our marshals, who is cousin Clay, says he liked Garfield, but I feel it sucks that there's all this hype. And he hopes the black suit Spider-Man that we see in the trailer is Miles, and he's hoping for introduction of the Ultimate Goblin from the
what black suit in the trailer.
That's you see, like, it's a black suit Spider-Man. It looks like he's got like
I'm not gonna tell. I know all about that, but I'm not gonna tell him. I'm gonna let him watch.
Yeah, let us watch. Yeah. And then he's saying he hopes for an Ultimate Goblin, which I think would be cool.
Yes.
Where it's not the technology glider goblin, it's I'm a giant beastal.
Yeah, like goblin. I'm a mutated serum. Yeah.
Yep. That would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah. So let's hope. Greg, do you hope that they have them in there? Do you hope that they have Toby and Andrew in there, or no?
Yes, but I'm hoping that it's more that it's not just Andrew and Toby, that it is
they're Spider-Man,
that
punk rock Spider-Man.
Maybe not him in particular, but like I loved Spidey 2099 with Miguel O'Hara when that was, and they've established him in the multiverse from the animated
into the multiverse.
Into the multiverse, so I think it'd be cool if we saw, like, if Spider-Gwen showed up, because Haley Steinfeld is now she's in Hawkeye. You could have her come in and actually do that, and I'm like, that would be kind of cool. And I'm more hoping that we see some of the other Spider-Man villains or characters. Like,
I want to see a good Rhino.
Yeah, like having the Rhino show up where it's not a dude in a mech suit, and it's not
Scorpion,
and it's not Paul Giamatti, because who thought that was a good idea? And they're kind of doing that. Like, the Electro that we get in this film is not the Electro that we saw. It's Jamie Foxx, but it's not the Jamie Foxx we saw. It's not blue skin Jamie Foxx.
Right.
So there can be other versions of those villains.
Mm-hmm.
What I think we're going to see, and this is just me summarizing, speculating, whatever, I haven't read this, I don't know this, is that if Toby and Andrew show up, they're going to be in their Spider-Man costumes, and it's going to be in like the last battle. Like, they will finally come through.
Yes.
It'll be whip. Here's some things. We're all flipping around, doing some stuff. We beat the bad guys. We have a moment. They go back to their universe, and then
but I think there's where I'll be disappointed if they don't have that moment.
Okay. Yeah, where they all interact. And
yes. I think if they're in there and they thwip and beat the bad guys, if they don't have a moment, then I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be like, guys, come on.
And maybe it'll be like Into the Spider-Verse, where, the Spidey sense tingles, and then they all know, they're all Spider-Man. That's something.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I will actually be going to Greg's movie. He
private screening.
Throws a little private screening.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a red carpet there in my head, and there's going to be a lot of paparazzi.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I may just show up with this. I forgot to show this off. Show up with that.
Oh, your little eye.
Eye of Agamotto, folks. Ooh, time stone. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, very nice. Anyway, you don't know how often I've played with this week.
You got to like turn it. Very cool.
Yeah, Ursula doesn't think so, but Gwen thinks it's cool. But
That's really all that matters.
That's true. That's really true. Yeah.
I don't need my wife to think that I'm cool. I just don't want to embarrass myself in front of her. Is kind of what it comes down to.
I've already embarrassed myself.
Oh, I have too. But if it's in front of your wife, it's just it cuts a little deeper because then she's looking at you like that's my guy.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's like that popular. I don't know if it's a meme or a popular TikTok where it's like, you ever meet your person, you just look over there. You ever see those memes or those videos?
I saw one where it's a husband and wife and they're sitting like across like the breakfast table and they're eating cereal and they're like, isn't that crazy? We still like each other. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Who knew?
That's funny.
All right, so still in the MCU. Let's talk about Hawkeye. It dropped on Wednesday. I just finally watched the second episode about 10 minutes before we jumped on this call.
Okay.
So it's fresh in my head.
Fresh. Yeah. You want me to go first?
Sure. What'd you think?
I'm fine with it. I'm not blown away. I'm not disappointed. I'm just okay. I like Jeremy Renner. And is it me, Greg, or do they not know how to give us a Hawkeye?
Really? I really like this Hawkeye.
You really like this Hawkeye?
I like this Hawkeye better than I liked the movie Hawkeyes, which is the same guy, but I think they're letting him play because Hawkeye's kind of a smart ass. He's kind of a guy that he's
the heart and soul of the Avengers.
He really is. But at the same time, he's the kind of he's the smart ass. He's the rule breaker, that you can't tell me what to do kind of thing. And he's right now, I love it because and we even said when we saw the previews, it had kind of a diehard feel of a guy at Christmas just wanting to
get home,
be with his family, get home, and he just keeps getting drug into this. And I feel that. I really do with his performance of like, yeah, I got to take care of this. And
can you help me? Why is it so important that he gets that suit?
Oh, the Ronin suit?
Yeah. Why is it so important for him to get it? I understand he doesn't want people wearing it.
Right.
It could get them in trouble.
Exactly. He's trying to protect other people.
Okay.
Because he knows what he did as Ronin, and what we are led to believe is that it's really, really bad.
Really bad stuff. Yeah.
Because he just went around killing mob bosses, right? And so they're all after Ronin. And so when Kate Bishop puts it on, he's like, well, now Ronin's back out there again. I got to go protect this person. I got to get the suit back so that this doesn't happen anymore. And he's trying to protect, but he's in like full spy. He's not in Avengers mode. He's in shield mode of like looking around and like, let's not get noticed. Let's, get to a safe house. Or Kate Bishop is like, are we going to go do Avenger stuff? And he's like,
yeah, right.
No, that's where you get the feeling you're like, that's not what I do. Like, I don't do Avenger stuff. I'm much better at shield stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting in the second episode where he's in the LARP is
the LARP is hilarious.
Is great. So I don't want to ruin too much, but he goes to a LARP, and just his scene where he's like, God, I fought Thanos. Just kind of like
yeah. The things that I've done, and now I have to take on this. Yeah. It is funny. I don't say I don't like it, but I'm not blown away by it. But to be honest, the only one I was really blown away by was Loki. And then I was blown away at the end of Wanda. Because I thought Wanda built up. The first two episodes, I was like, they better start doing something soon because I don't understand what's going on here.
Well, and I think there is build up. I mean, for those that don't know, because you haven't Googled it yet, you know that there's something up with
the mom,
Jack, her fiance, Jack, whatever his name is.
Oh, definitely. Tell me that dude doesn't look like a bad guy.
He already does. Mustache people like that, and he's got a little thing. So in the comics, he's French. His name is Jacques, and he is the swordsman, who is a classic Hawkeye.
That's what I thought with the fencing.
Yeah. So as soon as it was in, like, he was really into swords, and I was like, why do I know that name? Why? I mean,
good job. I didn't pick that up. That's
it
the
was
swordsman.
it was his stupid mustache. I'm like, that's somebody. That's gotta be somebody. And then the thing with the swords, and I haven't read a ton of Hawkeye. I really haven't. In fact, I think
is his name Jacques Duquesne?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I think what most people have read of Hawkeye is from Old Man Logan. In this generation.
No, I think they picked up on the graphic novel, which this is kind of based off.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah.
I
heard that was a very well received graphic novel where he's on the tracksuit mafia. What's funny? I didn't know that group was called that. I just said it out loud. I'm
right.
Like, oh, look at tracksuit mafia, and then they start naming them, and I'm like, oh shit, that's for real.
And what I believe is that yes, it was well received by those that read it. Like I didn't think it was a big sales thing at all, but I could be wrong. Going back to my comic book knowledge, sometimes it's shaky when it comes to like sales numbers, but anyway, I feel like they're kind of nailing the character, how like the iteration that I want to see him in.
How I'm glad they didn't make Kate Bishop's character super annoying. I knew she had to be a little annoying,
right?
She's the sidekick, but not super annoying. So
I like how they're playing her off. I like how, and I haven't read any Kate Bishop. Like I haven't read any of the Hawkeye stuff where she was in there. I like where her mother was like, you are both rich and privileged, you don't have issues, kind of thing. And I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. Actually having that take on it. So I like her character.
Too good of an actress. She's gonna be bad, isn't she?
No idea. Like I said, I know nothing about Kate Bishop other than that is the name
I don't know either.
Of the teenage Hawkeye from Young Avengers. I haven't read anything else about her. So
yeah.
You
think they're gonna do Young Avengers on Disney Plus, or you think they're gonna shoot that for film?
Probably Disney Plus, but
they
also
should.
I don't think they're gonna do it the way it's done in the comics. I don't think.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, you can introduce Hulkling as like a Skrull who wants to be the Hulk. You could do Wiccan because they've introduced that character, or the character that becomes Wiccan.
Yep. They also have Isaiah Bradley.
They do have Isaiah Bradley. Yep. And his grandson.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Nova in there?
There should be. I hear they're going with the younger Nova, not going with Richard Rider.
Which is okay. I mean,
I don't know enough about Nova to care, to be honest.
We'll see. They could do it. I had a conversation with a guy the other day who said Disney in general has like well over 50 film projects in the next 2 years.
That's all Marvel?
That's not all Marvel. It's
okay.
Because they just had the D23 conference.
Yeah.
But it's many, and many of them are Marvel. And like some of the Star Wars ones that we were looking forward to have been taken off the schedule. So
really?
Yeah, like Rogue One, completely off the schedule. No release date, anything.
Not Rogue One. Rogue One's already done. Rogue Squadron?
Right.
Rogue Squadron?
That is the one I was enjoying my drink. So yes, it's Rogue Squadron.
All right. Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on Hawkeye you want to talk about? Or
no. I think we'll go to our last one here. Our topic Thunder, because we're actually we're at 10 already.
We are
interruption. So
even with the interruptions, which if you listen on Thursdays, you won't know even happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Magic of editing.
I don't know if I'm that good of an editor, but we'll see.
Oh, you can too. Just chop off parts and go right back.
All right.
It'll be fine.
So here we go. Our topic Thunder, guys. Which fictional character, Greg, would you love best to beat the shit out of? Let me give you mine.
Yeah, so give me yours, because I really didn't ponder this as much as I should have.
Okay. Nowadays, I don't get annoyed by character as much as I used to when I was a kid, because nowadays I understand that they're written for that purpose. So I almost give them I almost give them a break because of it. But if I was voting as an adult, it would have to have been the bastard. The guy, not the the dude from Game of
Ramsay
Thrones.
Bolton.
Ramsay Bolton. I would have loved to have beaten the shit out of him, but I felt like he got his just desserts. He got his face eaten off by a dog.
Correct.
So I'm cool with that. So I'm going to go back to kid. I hated with a passion Dr. Smith from Lost in Space because I could not understand. Why do they keep this man alive?
Mercy.
Yeah. Why do they keep this man alive?
Come
He's
this
always
way,
causing
Will
troubles.
Robinson.
He's being sneaky all the time.
Yeah.
Why can't we just kill this guy?
Why
never
why
understood
are we keeping him alive.
Yeah. I never understood at that age that dude, like that's a big part of the show is like we have to write him to be that guy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? As a kid, I couldn't fathom it. I hated Dr. Smith.
Gosh.
Yeah. What do you got?
I don't know. I mean,
who did you hate as a kid?
Well, but I would feel bad beating him up now, but like Floyd the Barber from the Andy Griffith show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that dude's delivery, which I actually enjoy now and I get it. But as a kid, I'm like, please, somebody shut him up. I mean, just kind of something like that. But
you know who annoyed me too? The in-laws, actually not the in-law, the mother-in-law from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
She annoyed me. But that was her character. That was the point.
That was the whole point of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole point. So, but I couldn't, even fictional, I couldn't beat up a girl. But Dr. Smith, I could pound him. That guy pissed me off.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. I'm trying to think of like other people that I've seen that I was like, I don't like going back to the comic book, there's a character in X-Men villain named Mojo, which I never understood.
Oh, Mojo from that planet that
from
like
Murder World or Arcade World. And it was the Mojo show. And I mean, that whole story arc just made no sense. And he was a dumb character. And
yeah, he was like, pretty stupid.
Somebody gut him, please.
Yeah. That's a good one.
The guy from Star Wars, the traitor, Rux. Was that his name? Captain or General?
Oh,
General
yes.
Rux?
You know, he has one of those faces where he's a slimy little individual, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, and he was a Weasley brother with it nobody liked in Harry Potter as well.
Oh, you're right.
And you're like, oh man. I mean, but you watch him in Ex Machina, which and he's a brilliant actor. You're like,
yeah, he's really good.
This guy's really good.
He's really good.
So I mean, it's one of those things where again, the actor, if you hate somebody that much in shows, I mean, even like David Tennant when he was Mr. Purple in the Angela or on the Jones,
yes.
Alias,
Jessica Jones,
and like, but it's David Tennant. He's lovable in just about everything else he does. But oh man, he was such a bastard in that show. You're like, anytime there's
Jessica!
Anytime there's like an abusive male,
that's a good one.
Like you just, I'm like, I really want to punch
like
that guy.
What was it? Remember that movie with Jennifer Lopez? Enough.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he played a real dick. I remember that. I was like, oh, I can't wait till she beats the shit out of you.
Marky Mark in Fear. I mean, you're like, someone please stab him. I mean,
yes,
stuff like that.
Yes. Yes.
See, now you got me on a roll. Matthew Lillard in Scream. Like, I did not like.
Oh, you
his
didn't like him?
I didn't like his character at all.
I didn't care for him either way. So, but yeah. I wouldn't mind. There was a character, I think Leonardo Dicaprio one time he played a character I wanted to beat the shit out of.
His Romeo was super annoying, but Romeo was supposed to be super annoying. So,
what a dumb Romeo and Juliet. I don't get that.
I didn't get it for a long time. Like
you get it now?
I do. Like when I had to teach.
You seem disappointed that you get it.
I didn't want to get it.
Okay.
Because like when it came out, I mean, we were in high school, I think, maybe early.
You're talking about that movie.
That particular.
I was gonna say, like, don't age us that much. Shakespeare goes back. Wow.
Right. Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet.
Okay. Yeah, with Claire Danes. Yeah,
with Claire Danes and the love me, say that whole thing. I mean,
and John Leguizamo.
But when you go back and I got this from having to teach Shakespeare when I taught high school. I mean, there were classes that I would co-teach and we had to teach Shakespeare. We had to teach Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, and
to me, I would always say, we read Romeo and Juliet, we go through this, we analyze it, but the fact is, Shakespeare would hate that we're making you read Romeo and Juliet. It's not supposed to be read. It's supposed to be watched because it's a play. That's what he wrote it as. And so I would give the kids like this whole thing. I'm like, take what you read and then like, let's try to apply it to a movie and stuff like that. And every high school teacher, like they don't show like the Renaissance version of Romeo and Juliet anymore because that just shuts kids off right away.
Yes.
Even though that version's got big titties in it, they still don't show it. My teacher showed it when I was in high school. We all had to sign a form and everything else. And then we watched it. And I was like, man, those are huge. But in high school, they show the Leonardo DiCaprio one because people can recognize those actors and they think, well, the kids will be okay with it. So we taught it and then we have to watch it. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to watch this version. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Each performance in there, they absolutely kill it as their characters. They nail it.
Well, Leo can act.
Leo,
I mean, Claire can act.
Leo is an annoying, whiny little bitch through the whole film. But that's Romeo. Like, that's who he is. And John Leguizamo kills it as Tybalt. Just nails it. The guy who, maybe I'm getting my characters mixed up. Mercutio, whoever the black guy that played Mercutio. Oh, he's been in a lot of. He was in the Matrix films. I can't remember his name. Where's Darren Hatford when we need Darren? Come on, hop on the chat. Because I know he would kill this. Because I think it's the same character he played when he was in Romeo and Juliet and Whitewater.
Okay.
But that guy just nails it. He nails the role. Like their death scenes are great. So anyway, I came to appreciate it after having to teach it and then watch it with the students. And I'm like, damn it. It's kind of the same feeling we had when we found out Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are actually decent actors and they've been in movies that we like. Because remember when they were the pretty boys out on them, we're like, do we need to like these guys? And then they make a good movie. You're like, son of a bitch, I like those guys.
Yeah. I didn't even like the Romeo version with martial arts in it.
Oh, Romeo Must Die?
Romeo Must Die.
Yeah. Gently consider.
If at first you don't succeed.
Aaliyah.
Yeah. She's dead, isn't she?
Indeed she is, yes. She made a pilot overload her plane, and that's what happens when you overload a plane.
Whoa.
So
on that note, you want to sign us out?
On that note, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really have anything else. How did the Browns end up doing? Did we see that?
Did we figure that out?
I don't know.
Anybody want to tell us real quick on the chat, or have they all lost?
We got two people still on. I have no idea who's still on, but it doesn't give me their names. It just gives a number. Currently losing 10-13, and there's 7 minutes left in the fourth.
So all right, so
they got a shot. They got the ball.
We'll watch that.
All right. So, yes, as you're going through your week, remember it's the beginning of the Christmas season. You're going to be accosted with lots of information. So know your sources, know where it's coming from, know the people you're talking to. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people coming at you from a lot of different angles because of the Christmas season. Know who you're talking to and be kind. Don't write people off, which brings us to the third point of just don't be a douche.
Bingo. So for the Greg, this is Johnny saying sorry about all that technical difficulty, but if you're listening audio wise, it never happened. All right. Podcast out, everybody. Take care. See you.